Here I have my 1994 Geo Metro that I'm currently going to be doing wheel bearings on both front wheel bearings. Going to be doing the clutch on it, clutch and flywheel. So I've been disconnecting all the little wires and cables here and there. The speedometer, the speedo cable, I tried taking it out, but it is just not budging. So yeah, I already got the tires off. I got one axle nut off. I just gotta work on taking the whole thing off, because I might end up doing the wheel bearing on it anyway. So I'm gonna take it all off. Got replaced the bearings already. Got it all lubed up with grease. Just gotta slap the brake rotor on there before I put it on the actual back to the knuckle. The old bearings are told, you hear that crunching in the inside. So now I just need to take this side apart. But I'm not going to be doing the wheel bearings on this side because I forgot to order 2 seals. So I'm going to have a seal for one side but not the other. So that wheel bearing is going to have to wait for another time. Which is like the tiniest clutch I've ever seen. Alright, so I'm working on removing the transmission mount bolts, and 2 out of 3 snapped. After several hours of battling this thing with 2 snap bolts and stuff that just didn't want to come apart, I finally got the transmission out. To replace the clutch and flywheel. You can see it already has one of the things already kind of a little bent inward there. Yeah, so the reason I'm replacing it is because the clutch is worn out. The pedal didn't grab on. The clutch didn't grab on, so the pedal was like pretty much all the way up to the top. You know, on the foot. There's that. I already took out the bearing out of it, so that's why it's not in there. And yeah, there's the beast. Oh yeah, here's the snapped bolts. There's one, there's the other one. Because they're snapped halfway in here, so it's pretty much like glued on there somehow. So that whole piece didn't come off, so I could do the motor mount off the frame. It's actually, transmission is actually pretty light. I was able to carry it myself. I haven't really been updating this very often as I work on it, because since I'm the only one here working on it, I can't really do camera and work on the car at the same time, because I keep forgetting to bring my tripod with me. Continuing from last time, I pulled out the transmission, etc. Snapped 3 transmission bolts. Managed to drill out one bolt out, but snapped the drill bit. And yeah, here goes the 2 drill bit pieces. Yeah, but I still managed to tap and thread one of them, helicoil one of them. So I have 2 bolts out of 3. So I'm gonna leave it at the 2 out of 3 bolts. I think that should be good enough. And continue on with removing the clutch and flywheel and reinstalling the new clutch and flywheel and slapping the transmission back on. So here goes that. It's a bunch of 12 millimeters all the way around the clutch plate. And then I'm gonna remove the flywheel right after. And I'm back. The flywheel is off. The clutch is off, of course. And just goes to show, look at those burn marks. Look at the flywheel. Look at all those heat spots. I think it's got roasted. Look at the lip on that. That's got a lip and a half right there. This flywheel has been used and reused multiple times. Look how burnt that is. Good thing I decided just to replace the whole thing. I got a new clutch set and a new flywheel. This thing is like pretty much almost at the rivet. The wear marks is so unevenly worn. The lines are gone here, lines are gone there. Here's the lines. Lines are gone here, lines are gone there. Here goes line. It's like this thing was like warped and not quite rubbing right. This thing, you got the clutch out, you got the whole thing out. Might as well take off 6 bolts, replace it. It's not that hard. All right, here we have the new clutch plate and flywheel. Got clutch plate right here, flywheel right here. Here goes the old one. All burnt up, overheated, hot spots, really worn. Same right here, covered in hot spots, worn out. Here goes a new one and a new one. They already installed the pilot bearing right there. And that's it. Alright, so time to install it. Alright, so the flywheel is in. Torque to 45 foot-pounds for 1994 and earlier engines. And just before I installed the clutch itself, look at this one. Look at the wear marks on that. It's a literal divot. And there it is. New flywheel, clutch, and clutch plate. All looking good and lined up. Flywheel with 45 foot-pounds of torque. Clutch plate was 17 foot-pounds of torque. And star pattern. After much wrestling, I was able to get the transmission back where it's supposed to be. Now I just gotta bolt it all in. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoa. Somebody's angry at McDonald's. As I was saying, here I am in the 1994 Geo Metro. I don't know if you'll get any wind noise because I have the windows open. It's a hot day today. It's supposed to be up to 90 degrees today. I'm actually currently driving back home. Went to the store, got some stuff. And yeah, the thing drives great. You know, it has a few minor maintenance things. Mainly it has to do with the door locks and, you know, interior stuff and those kind of things. For example, I have to rekey the driver's side door lock if the key doesn't turn it. So I have to unlock the passenger side to then unlock the driver's side, which is kind of annoying, but that's what I have to do until I can rekey that. I looked up videos on how to rekey the cylinders. It's actually pretty simple. At least for me it is simple. But yeah, the car drives good, drives great, picks up and goes, you know, for it being 55 horsepower. But then again, the car only weighs like 1,700 pounds. You know, the average car nowadays is pretty much hovering around 3,000 pounds. So almost half the weight of an average car. You know, of course, the 3 cylinders, there is a little vibration at idle, but nothing too crazy. I need to put a stereo, all new speakers, fix a few interior things. Like the vent right here is all destroyed. A phone went online, but they want to charge like $80 for it. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll hold off on that for now. Yeah, and I also got to fix the 5th gear. So apparently on these it's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is literally just replace the 5th gear. At the end of the transmission, it'll be like a black cover. You take that cover off, and 5th gear is right there. So you pretty much just unbolt it, swap out the gears for a first pair, and you're good to go. The only thing is, you're not going to find that at any store. You literally have to go to the junkyard, dig through a few matches until you find a good set of gears, and then swap it out. It's been a couple of years since I've driven a manual, so it took me a little bit to get back into the hang of things, but it's actually not bad. Pretty nice day. Pretty nice day today. Got the windows open, got the vents in the back open, the window vents and the windows that just pop out like that. Yeah, I honestly don't know if the vibration is coming on in the video or not, but the phone is vibrating at idle. The fuel gauge doesn't work. So the guy that sold to me says to be on the safe side, refill it about every 200 miles. I've seen the fuel gauge kind of kick on, you know, come back to life and then die again a couple of times while the gas tank was full. I might have to one day drop the gas tank and see what's up with that. Car temperature stays steady, doesn't overheat, it always says dead in the middle. Car currently has 223,419 miles. Oh, stalled it. Embarrassing. I got a little too happy on the clutch there. Forgot, that's a little 3-cylinder. It doesn't just pick up and go. I gotta throttle it up a little bit before I can go up a hill. At least the car starts right up every time. None of that cranking. Nope. Just boom, done. Starts every time. Like a brand new car. Yeah, this car isn't the smoothest ride. You feel the bumps in the road. It has the previous owner say he put all new shocks all the way around. The thing practically has brand new tires. The guy in the Prius gave me the head nod. Right, if he knows these cars are fuel efficient. Yeah, not much else to say about this. The ride's great, drives great. I recently just put a new clutch in it, and yeah, no complaints. The drive's good. I mean, you can do at first when you first get in it after driving SUVs for about 2 years. You know, big old, well, not really big, but a Jeep Cherokee, and a Honda CR-V. They're big compared to this little thing. Once you get into this, you kind of feel like you're driving around in a freaking soda can. Oh, see, there it goes. The fuel gauge is starting to come alive again. It's kind of like going up and down, slowly making its way up. The fuel gauge works. It just seems to be some kind of fault in the lines, in the wires somewhere. So I gotta trace the wires from the sender all the way to wherever it goes and see if there's a short or a break in the wire somewhere that's making contact every once in a while. Because right now it's coming back to life. Slowly but surely making its way up. But before it was just really pointing at E. And this thing pretty much has a full tank of gas at 400 miles. I put it, the 20 miles ago it has a full tank of gas. Alright, so that's that. I'm back home and yeah. See you in the video.